Ilang minutes? Ilang minutes?
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat po sa Panginoon sa magandang araw na ito.
As we cap this play date, ay masasaksihan natin ang tagisan ng dalawang koponang pareho naging sawimpala sa kanilang nakaang laro. At gustong-gustong makabawi para maiwasan ang ilalim ng ating team standings kasabay sa inyong pagmemeryenda ngayong hapon ay isasabay po namin ang patuloy na live coverage ng liga ng bawat batang Pilipino Atlantis 88 Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Our game at hand is between the Quezon Junior Huskers Locking Horns sa Bauan 14U in the 14 under division. We just finished with the 18 under a while ago to start off the afternoon games. 16 under for the second one. Nakakatapos ang rin now with the final one here in the afternoon. Good afternoon, friends. Nico Roch here along with my partner, Coach Mike Perez. And Coach Mike, what can we expect here from Quezon, who are coming from a 13-point loss in their previous matchup?
Actually, both teams lost their last game, and so both want to come back in their winning track. And importanteng manalo ang bawat koponan ngayong araw na ito.
And let's talk about Quezon. So to dive deeper on what they have done in their last game, they want to get win number 2 here in order to bounce back from their previous matchup.
That's right. They got outscored in the third quarter. Really, that story in the later game. They were 0 out of 5 from the 3 points. They got to do better than that. Out-rebounded. We talked about the rebound being an important part of the game. And defensively, you got to go back in transition because nag-give up sila ng 25 fast break points in that game, which doomed them and led to that loss.
Let's now talk about Bauan, losing 57-50 last time. We're also looking to get that victory. Let's now focus on them here.
Well, one of the similar things that happened with Bauan in their last game against Leyte, against Imos rather, they were all out of 7 from the 3-point region. That really parang nawala yung mga close outs at hindi ma-shoot from the outside. They only had 7 points though in the first quarter. Medyo slow start. Siguro naka-apekto na yan all throughout as they shot only 27%, making only 17 field goals out of the 70 attempts that they did in that particular game.
I can't wait to see what happens here. But before that, let me introduce you to the third member of our panel, Daphne Cristobal. Daphne, what do you have for us?
You know what, guys? Discipline can bring you to places. Kaya for these two coaches, magiging crucial talaga ang mga laro na ito para sa mga bata, especially para sa kanilang character development. Pero bago ang lahat, gusto muna namin magpasalamat sa Atlantis 88 Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Inaugural Season Under 14. And now let's turn you over to our venue game announcer.
Inaugural season. It's the last game of our afternoon triple header between the Quezon Junior Huskers 14 under and Bauan 14U 14 under. Let's meet the starters from your Quezon Junior Huskers 14 under. On guard number 16, Froy Padillo. On guard, number 21, King Lester Ballesteros. On forward, number 10, All John Puerta. Other guard, number 3, Ken Harry Manasigon. And at center, number 1, Sander Maranan. Head coach for the Quezon Junior Huskers 14 under, Paul John Reyes. And now let's meet the starters from the Bauan 14U 14 under. On guard, number 44, John Ray Surongon. On guard, number 22, R.G. Dolor. On forward, number 23, Chris James Delatin. Honor forward number 19, Isaac Purugonan. And at center number 4, Joaquin Angeles. Coaches for Bauan Cafe 14 under, Mr. Lance Ingo and Mark Porlaje. Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
Alright, starting 5 have been announced for both teams and share them with you guys. Maranyan, Marasigan, Bueza, Padillo, and Ballesteros for the Quezon Junior Huskers. While for Bauan Cafe 1 is Angeles, Purugana, and Dolor, Dalaten, and Sorongon. Here we go, the last game here in our 6-game Sunday slate. Junior MPBL, Nico Rocha here with my partner, Coach Mike Perez.
Hindi ko alam kung ano pinapakain nila sa Quezon, pero palaging rebounds yung favor sa kanila. Earlier, we see 2-3 rebounds already favoring for Quezon. Man.
And both teams galing sa talo, di ba, Coach Mike? It's a matter of which team can rely on their strengths. Sino nga ba yung who will strike first here in the first quarter? Is it to the left side? A mid-range jump shot. Wala pa rin. We don't know who's gonna get the score here. The first one, no good for the Junior Huskers. We're still 0-0. But only a minute has passed by. And karamihan dito sa Bauan, represented by the DLSZ players.
Yep. Actually, yung head coach ng Bauan, Cafe Uno, as we see the coaching staff here of Quezon.
Yeah. 8 minutes and 43 remaining. With both teams on point, at least sa defense. No one able to score. And napansin nga natin, Coach, sa lahat ng mga teams or 18 under, 16 under, these teams more on the low end of the scoring side.
Right.
At least specifically itong Bauan and Quezon.
Yeah. Alright, I think that's expected because ito mas younger players ito and so really more developmental. If you're talking about levels, you can say na parang hindi naman beginner, but at least it's the entry level to junior MPBL. So you expect, meron pa mga maraming learnings na kailangang ma-execute itong mga batang ito.
Definitely. Ayun, more of naabutan ng shot clock violation itong Quezon Junior Huskers, not able to realize it.
And there you see the coaching staff. That's Coach Lance Inco, the one shouting out instructions. He's one of my players in a recreational team that I have. And Coach Lance was drafted in the PBA by Air 21.
Really?
Yeah.
What year was that, Coach?
I forgot what year that was. But he's one of those who got drafted. And proudly he's from the basketball program of Muntinlupa. Right now he's heading the one of the coaches of De La Salle Sobel.
Coach, whenever it's really a big accomplishment talaga to be drafted into the PBA, no matter if you got playing time or not.
Yeah. Just the mere fact that you got in there and you got drafted, kasi the next step would be the signing, diba?
Yeah.
Even if you don't get signed, that already is an accomplishment to itself. But definitely, if you're the player, you want to see yourself play on the floor.
Definitely.
And so that's one of the, aspirations of Coach Lance Inco. And so that love for basketball has really involved into coaching, and he wants to give that other opportunity to the younger players now. He got there on the draft. He wants his players to be the same, but hopefully to be able to play an actual PBA game.
Definitely, and not everybody realizes that to get into the PBA, much less staying in there, is a whole other thing. Ang hirap talaga to make that kind of jump in your career. 7 minutes and 15. Wala pang nakakascore dito. A steal one more time para sa Junior Huskers. They're taking their time. And just to share, what are the key players na pwede natin ibahagi sa inyo? Si Kyle De Luna, 24 points and 10 rebounds. Ken Harry Marasigan, 20 and 6. While the third one na pwede asahan ng Quezon Junior Huskers ito, si Noah Karurukan, 8.5 points, 2.5 assists, 3.5 steals. While for Bauan Uno Cafe, it's Zaccheo Dalaten with 16 and 14 last game, and Lorenzo Puruganan with 8 points and 6 rebounds. Lots of key players for both teams as well. Mid-range jump shot is short. Scoring drought, simula pa lang tayo.
Yeah, sobrang baba. And we said that we were expecting this kasi this is the lower age group
Yeah.
in the junior MPBL, and a violation right there. So yan, yung mga matututunan ng mga bata yan, how to break the press. You don't break the press on dribbles. You have to go to your specific spots on the floor where you can release those, release from the pressure. And yung mga bata, gigil pa yan na gustong lumabas out of that press using that dribble.
Ito, another steal para sa Quezon. The drive, the layup, and so far, Quezon Junior Huskers up 3-0 dito sa Bauan 14U.
Well, good move by Padilla. Tried to protect that ball with his body and went glass. Very basic basketball.
Pass to the right side. They're at the post, gives it back to the right corner for a 3-point shot attempt, pero hindi. Another steal para sa Quezon. One more try, the drive, the hoop and the harm, and that should be 2 free throws para sa Quezon Junior Huskers, specifically si Bueza.
Si Bueza, right. He did. He tried to get immediately into that layup lane.
Quezon up 3-0, and si Bueza just didn't take a look here. Didn't do much in their last game, but here more of mas ramdam natin yung impact niya simula pa lang naman.
Yeah, dito kasi sa level na ito, you will see players na more of dribbling only with one hand, wanting to penetrate instead of pulling up, kahit na nakasag na yung defense sa'yo. You know, these are skills and situations that eventually will have to be involved in for them to learn in actual games.
Steal there by Bauan, but still continues. You can see the referees looking at the player at the foul that they just committed.
And the coaching staff and the entire bench of Bauan been standing up for almost half of the quarter already.
And you can see si Padillo not able to control his momentum there. And number 8 checking in for Bauan 14U. That is number 8, Rai Theodore Villaruz. Played 20 minutes last game with 2 points and 3 rebounds. The feed, no good for Padillo. Another try, and rebounded by the guy who just entered in the game, Villaruz. A bump. So this is a swarming defense para ito sa itong Quezon. Coach.
Well, obviously, the order from the coaching staff of Quezon is once that ball gets to that side, you quickly double.
Let me hand you over first to Daphne Cristobal. Daphne, go ahead.
The pressure is real for Quezon Junior Huskers 14 under head coach Paul John Reyes. The older brackets of Quezon may have lost today, but he wants these youngsters to play differently, showcase what they worked hard for, and results will eventually come na lang. Now let us see if this 14 under Quezon team can have their revenge for their kuyas.
Definitely, tingnan nga natin kung maka-revenge nga sila. So far, 3-0. A lot of things can still happen, but with the momentum of the game, with them holding their possessions longer and able to get clear shots, it looks like magandang simula. And yun nga, it continues 5-0 right now.
And si Marasigan is actually the cousin of the Marasigan that played in the 18 and under earlier. And both teams starting out a little bit giddy, pero kailangan makascore ng Bauan.
Timeout on the floor. See you guys after this.
Nais kong pasalamatan ang ating Panginoon sa binigay niyang lakas ng pangatawan natin at itong biyaya, pagkakataon na makapaglaro tayo ng basketball. Maraming salamat sa ating commissioner.
We're back here for Atlantis 88 Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. 5-0 is our score. Quezon Junior Huskers against Bauan Cafe Uno, 14 and under division right now. The last one, and finally on the scoreboard, itong Bauan after that nice runner that we just saw.
And finally, they see that ball go through that net. Everybody can settle down now on Bauan.
Nakaupo na rin.
Yeah, and they gotta figure out now how to sustain this point production that they did.
Great defense there. And I just want to highlight number 42, Tyler Reyes, finally in for Bauan Cafe Uno. A good friend of mine, itong si J.R. Reyes. We've worked together in previous projects for work. And nice to see and be able to have the opportunity to call the game with Tyler there.
Yeah, and Tyler's just towering over everyone else.
I think he's 6'7" after I spoke with JR.
He kind of reminds me of back in when I was in high school. Benji Paras in San Beda, Mendiola was the same
Ganyan
thing.
siya
Yeah,
kalaki.
ganyan kalaki. So that in morning assemblies, you would know that Benji Paras is absent because you won't see him. He's the only one you can see the entire head. Sobrang tangkad.
Definitely a foot taller than everybody.
Everyone else, right?
Tower of Power as he was known back in the day. Tuloy-tuloy ang action dito sa loob ng Perpetual Gym currently here. Ang ganda ng venue na to, Coach. As well as the outside campus, especially in a chilly day. And one power move brought to you by Pound Per Pound Fitness, official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL. This time, it's Marasigan with the end one play. Now it's 6 points and 2 rebounds. And last time, Coach, 35 minutes, 20.6 rebounds.
Yeah, and he's actually the cousin of the 18 and under Marasigan that played earlier. And so it really is in the blood when you play basketball, the genes, so to speak.
And for this one, 3-point play is good. 9-2 is our score, 1:49. 14 fouls now for Quezon, 3 for Bauan. Take a look at some of the kids you're watching.
Hey, kids.
Nag-high sa camera. You can see camera shy bigla, 2 to 10. And it's a perfect avenue. You don't know. Those kids could be players one day. You'll never know.
I looked like that in 1978.
I was expecting you'll say 1998.
Oh, yeah.
It was believable kung 1998.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't show. Reyes from the post. And he should get 2 free throws itong si Tyler.
Right. And how can you not find a big guy like that underneath? Nakita mo, the important thing here is that he gets to that spot. He knows how to position himself. The power and everything else is going to come later. But the important thing is he knows how to position himself. Big guy, like what you said, a foot above everyone else. Got a good soft touch too. And incidentally, his dad, J.R. Reyes, it's today's birthday of J.R. Reyes. So that would be, I guess, the birthday gift for the day of Tyrone to that J.R.
Hopefully more to come.
More to come,
sa
yeah.
birthday gift, yeah.
More to come.
But, Ty shot there, just short air ball at second. Okay, nice 1 for 2, 1:38 remaining.
And you see J.R. Reyes signaling to Tyrone. That's okay. Gives him the thumbs up after missing the second free throw.
Karurukan, naipit dun. You can see the dive by Reyes. It's the big man.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Don't
Look at that.
Inassume ko yung point guard yung tatalo. It's the big man who went straight at it.
Yeah, and man, he's taking from his dad. Grabe, no?
Alam ko si JR played like that before.
Yeah. He's a hard-nosed, all-hustle player.
7-point lead para sa Quezon. Karurukan gives it to the left side of the corner. And secured by Villaruz. Villaruz crossing that ball over. Good tap pass to Reyes.
Wow.
The finish! Good drive! And you can hear there, we're hyped there. The family of Tyler Hule. The drive. Oh, kinapos nga lang doon. But recovered by Bauan. Reyes, mid-range jump shot, and one for Tyler Reyes!
What a move by Tyler and the
Wow.
dads.
I mean, if our cameras could take a look at
Oh,
J.R.
yeah.
Reyes and company on our right side, they're really happy. to how their son is performing right now. What a birthday gift. And first quarter pa lang.
Yeah. J.R. Reyes.
And Tyler Reyes with only 4 points and 7 rebounds last time, Coach Mike. 27 minutes. Completely different here. Ayan, there's JR and family.
The family, proud dad here. Happy birthday, J.R. Reyes from the Junior MPBL family.
Muntik na mahuli. And rinig natin dito. It looks like the supporters of Bauan are also here on the right side.
Oh, yeah. Sulit yung yung labas papunta dito sa Perpetual Gym to join the Junior MPBL.
Definitely. Worth it yung trip to Las Piñas. Although hindi naman ganun kalayuan ng Las
Right.
Piñas. Unlike nung Batangas natin na you have to mentally prepare yourself for that drive. 3 short by Quezon. They were able to get this offensive rebound and try to...
Boy, look at that.
Sayang, not able to control that basketball, but Quezon having to foul. Was it a foul or a stepping out of bounds? Oh, it is
That's a foul. Yeah, it is a foul. But do you like the hustle of Bauan right now?
Yeah,
Diba?
I appreciate that
Ganda yung hustle nila eh.
Checking the rebounds here. Well, Quezon still has the 10 rebound advantage over Bauan, but the momentum so far, kasi Quezon started great, right?
Yeah.
5-0.
Yeah.
But Bauan now creeping up.
A lot of the viewers here live inside the Perpetual Gym. And to your point, Nico, is that while expected na yung mga nakita nating hustle doon sa Quezon Junior Huskers, nag-step up yung aggression on the loose balls nitong Bauan.
Itong si Zaccheo Dalaten. Look at these numbers, Coach Mike. 20 minutes, 16 and 14.
Wow. Double-double at age 14.
At age 14. That's why really nakakatawa itong ginawa ni Manny Pacquiao, thinking of the Junior MPBL. And I think I heard from an interview somewhere na magkakaano tayo, volleyball junior league. But let's see. Anyway, timeout on the floor. 10-8 is our score.
Nais kong pasalamatan ang ating Panginoon sa binigay niyang lakas ng pangatawan natin at itong biyaya, pagkakataon na makapaglaro tayo ng basketball.
Back for the Atlantis 8-8 Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. The mayor of Bauan was on your screens a while ago. But Quezon Huskers with a steal here. They have a second to go. They should hoist up this shot pero wala ng oras. And officially, that's the end of the first quarter. 10 points for the Quezon Junior Huskers against the 8 of the Bauan Cafe Uno 14 under division. You guys are watching the Atlantis 88 Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
At mga bisita na nandito ngayon, magandang araw po sa ating lahat.
We're back here with 10-8, starting now the second quarter. A runner Villaruz with that shot, 10-all now. And coach, before the action resumes, keeps on going. What happened in the first quarter? What have you noticed between the two teams?
Well, first, Tyrone Reyes happened. It really just tried parang lumabas na equalizer siya doon sa game na yun. And Bauan started waking up on that lead by Tyrone. And they've been able to match up the activity of Quezon Junior Huskers.
Definitely, and si Tyler changed the complexion of how we've seen with kay Bauan.
Yeah.
Who started flat.
Tsaka yung Quezon, because of their rebounds, they have twice as much attempts versus that of Bauan.
Let's not forget the steals that they've been getting.
Correct.
Reyes getting that board. Sayang lang, he was able to get that board, resulting to a turnover. 14-10 now for Quezon.
At saka maganda doon sa mga rebounds ng Quezon, they turn it into fast break. Out of those rebounds, they were able to get 5 points out of it on fast breaks.
A bit careless.
Yeah.
Possessions here for Bauan. Kakasimula pa ng second quarter. 2 straight steals by Quezon. So tingnan natin how they're able to stop this run. No good on that shot. Tapped out but recovered by the White Shirts. They get one more chance here.
Boy, you got that zone for Bauan. And look at Tyrone Reyes really just towering over.
8 minutes and 17 remaining. 4-point lead for Quezon.
That's Captain Delaten right there. His son's playing, I guess, for Bauan. Also a baller. Knows his hoops too. He wants to transfer that to his kid.
And si Cap, gising na gising. And really into this game. A drive for Bauan. Hindi, napalakas lang yung bitaw doon. Here they come, Marasigan. And we've seen this quite a few times. Where team just rushing when it comes to the fast break.
Yep. And expected yan sa age group na to. Everybody's going to be hurrying up, playing with a lot of pace. But yung control is something that's gonna be a work in progress para dito sa mga bata. No? Kasi once na nakakita yan na open na area, talagang dadrive ang kaagad yan.
Another turnover para dito sa Bauan. And that's something that they need to clean up. Kasi they have committed 11 turnovers already, coach. And I believe 4 of those happening here in the second quarter.
But the important thing here is for the coaches to allow them to play. To go into that experience of playing and try to trim down on yung mga excess and correct them on the things that needs to be improved on their play. Because eventually the harvest of this all is gotta be when they get to the 16 and 18 under. This is really very formative for these kids.
Grabe yung steal na yun. And yet another turnover dito para sa Bauan. And they fouled Marasigan, set it to the line for 2.
Pero kita mo naman yung dive na yun. 14 under pero may body control na. No? Humahang time pa.
Can Harry Marasigan. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 35 minutes of playtime. Grabe yun. 5 minutes mo lang pinaupo. Hindi talaga napapagod.
Grabe.
O to have the energy of a 14-year-old.
Yes, isa pa yun, di ba?
I remember not getting tired even if I used to play in the mga courts namin. Tapos open siya, kahit may araw. Feel mo, you can still go all day after being there for 4 or 5 hours already. Ngayon, after 2 hours ng laro, ayoko.
Pagod na.
I'm done.
Ako much as I try to remember when I played when I was 14, hindi ko na maalala sa tagal eh. That was a long time ago.
Ayun na, so 16-10. 16-10 is our score here. 14 under division. Ngayon pinapanood ninyo. Live on Facebook, YouTube, and Channel 98 on Signal.
Tsaka paalala lang natin sa mga viewers natin, the stars that you see today in the MPBL actually started in this division. Lowering rank, 10 under, 12 under, 14 under.
For sure, sa mga leagues nila dati. Kasi ito, inaugural season. But at least na makita na natin, now that this has been implemented, we pray that it just keeps on continuing, right? We pray for the success of this league. Since it's great exposure for the kids.
And that's the mission actually for junior MPBL, to be able to provide a platform where these kids would have developed their skills in the game of basketball and give them enough exposure. And the vision is that when they get to that age level, when they're in high school and they're college, they're actually playing varsity ball, and hopefully commercially as well. And who knows, maybe the men's MPBL too in the future.
Yeah, you'll never know, right? Ito pala yung mga next na magiging mainstays, core teams, considering that if they keep the same core every year, it's more of ang ganda ng...
Correct.
Imagine yung 14 and under team na to. Let's say they retain 70 to 80% of this team heading into the 18 and under, which is gonna be 4 years from now. You can just imagine the ball movement, the familiarity. Oh, the possibilities. I can't imagine. Considering sa European basketball, yun ang ano nila eh. What's the key to the ball movement that we see in their youth team? It's more of just familiarity and seeing them since they were 10. And a shot there by Bauan, finally on the scoreboard after having that cold streak.
Yeah. Tama ka doon. When you mentioned about familiarity, club teams, they retain these young players and mold them in the player that they are supposed to be and guide them fundamentally. Oh, what a floater right there.
Parang floater mixed with a runner na combination. They tried to hit that ball out of bounds. Sasalo pa tuloy ng Junior Huskers. They have the 6-point lead. Marasigan feeds his teammate on the top of the key.
Good
Ang
shot.
ganda ng tres na yun.
Good shot.
In rhythm, 3 for the Junior Huskers. Bauan staring at a 9-point lead. Nabigla dun. Ang pasa Marasigan right there, able to take advantage of that opportunity. Timeout on the floor para sa Bauan as they are looking at an 11-point lead right now. See you guys after this.
Kong pasalamatan ang ating Panginoon sa binigay niyang lakas ng pangatawan natin at itong biyaya, pagkakataon na makapaglaro tayo ng basketball. Maraming salamat sa ating
Back here inside the Perpetual Gym, 14 and under division of the Quezon Junior Huskers against Bauan 14U. Quezon with the 11-point lead, 23-12. Nico Rocha here with my partner, Coach Mike Perez, on the mic for all of you guys listening on Facebook, YouTube, and Channel 98 on Signal.
Grabe yung mga dive sa bola. Nico, eh, no?
Grabe talaga yung hustle ng mga bata.
Walang katakot-takot kasi, you know, it's just pure passion at this level, you know. Kids just wanna hoop and have fun and compete.
Definitely, and yung competitive level ng mga teenagers na to is on a different kind of high. Tawagan ng foul doon ng Quezon Junior Huskers. It's only their third team foul. And to the line, you see on your screens is RG Dolor. Substitution on the floor. Checking in para sa Quezon Junior Huskers is number 10. That is Bueza. Aljon Bueza.
So far, it's really Tyrone Reyes leading the way para sa Bauan with 5 points.
Yes, si Tyler Reyes is now on the bench. Papahinga muna considering na we saw he played 27 minutes last game. And if everything goes well or with no foul trouble, I think we should see the same or if not more.
Yeah, one thing you can say out of those attempts that we just saw, may form na yung mga tira ng mga bata. Nagmamadali lang kasi na ayaw masupalpal, they wanna get that shot kaagad, di ba? So, a little bit of calmness would help these kids eventually.
It's also great no na 14 ka pa lang, 14 and under, na-expose ka na sa ganitong type of environment.
Right.
Before you can't get this environment, TV and everything.
Yeah.
So sometimes some kids before na naiilang once may mga camera na, I think the pressure is getting to them.
Tsaka maganda dito yung support of the family and relatives, cousins, friends. for the upper age group, maybe girlfriends included, no?
Yeah.
So, it's just a community of basketball supporters for all these players that's seeing action here in the junior MPBL.
Yes, definitely. And again, that's why ulitin ko, I love the weekend games. The support is unreal. Ingay-ingay dito sa gym. And buti lang may headsets tayo to hear each other. Kasi kung wala, I don't think we're gonna have this conversation right now. That is Joaquin Angeles. 2 for 2 at the line. Huli. Muntikan na. Bueza. With Angeles able to track that ball down. And just the activity of Marasigan. Disrupting that pass. Balik ulit sa Cafe Una ang bola. Let's see if they are able to cross it. A scramble for the ball. Baldi's flying all over. Short on that one. On the runner. And this time 2 more free throws for number 23 for Cafe Una. That is Christian James, the Latin.
Ibang klase talaga yung energy nitong bracket na to, 14 under. You see the crowd right there. I mean, these guys come here to support the players. And kung ikaw yung player, nakakatuwa yan, to see all these people pumupunta para tulungan kang ma-achieve yung dreams mo on basketball. And speaking of helping achieve dreams, of course, this is gonna be a huge shout out to the women, the men and women behind Junior MPBL. We're not just talking about Keith Picasso, JR Navarro, and Coach John De Los Santos, Miss MC, and Miss I. It's not just them. It's all the people that's operationally making this work on a daily basis. Man, this is 6 games every day. And so this team has to travel from venue to venue just to bring these games to everyone and, for everyone to enjoy.
And you just set everything up, Coach Mike, right? It's more of, you gotta give our kudos to the sound team, the technical teams,
FTs, the Recnori,
even just to the people giving us the food. Grabe talaga. To run an operation like this, to start on time. A lot of work behind the scenes, and that is why we're bringing some quality production to you guys watching at home.
Meantime, itong mga bata naman, talagang patuloy pa rin ng bakbakan dito. And still, Quezon definitely in the driver's seat. A lot of work here.
Mga tili ng tao pag nagkakagulo para sa bola. A 3-pointer there, no good. Hits the front rim at the side of the rim. Marasigan tracking that ball down. Marasigan, Ken Harry with 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. A drive. Double blocks. Harap-harapan.
Wow.
But I think that should count, right? It play continues. There's no foul there. But that is by number 19. Let's give him his flowers. Isaac Puruganan of Bauan.
One-legger to whiskey shot right there.
Penalty na dito ang Quezon. They should be mindful of that. And we can see that 11 shot attempts na para sa Bauan. 6 for 11, 54%. I would say right around the league average para sa Junior MPBL.
See that one-legger by Reyes right there, a la Dirk Nowitzki. But both teams actually not shooting very well at just at 33% of their shot attempts they made. But, this is expected at this level. Again, it really goes back to developmental basketball. And so these guys will eventually progress in their hoop game.
Hits the front rim. Speaking of DLSZ, Kiefer Alas, if they, I'm not sure, not saying anything. Not sure kung kasama siya sa 16 and under team ng Bauan dito. Can you just imagine Kiefer Alas with 16 and under team ng Bauan? Pwede. He qualifies. But they're in the Siaba to compete. They have to finish in the top 2 to move to the Asia Championship.
Right. And alam mo naman, si Coach Louie Alas is, straight out here from the south, from Muntinlupa, and he's very supportive of the Muntinlupa coaches and any coaches from the south for that matter.
Rebounded there by Bauan. And one of the news that I just picked up of Iros Chua, not sure he has transferred to DLSZ.
Oh yeah?
He has transferred. If you check Iros Chua.
I thought he was going to Letran.
I don't know Iros Chua. Let's see later. But
let's see the Bauan mayor loving the action right there. And boy, they're very passionately supporting this Bauan 14 under team. Oh, wow.
Ayan. So as the article by spin.ph, he has committed to De La Salle Sobel. So, 19 hours ago lang. Kaya sabi ko, tama ba itong basa ko? Napadoubt pa ako sa mga, ano, parang may nabasa ng report na ganun.
He's the kid that scored 100 points or something, not just one. 121. I think more than once he's done that in different games. We played actually against the kid. And Iris has got that good touch from the outside.
Maganda talaga.
Legit na may baril sa labas.
Iba talaga pag may baril sa loob ng court. But not that kind of gun.
Right.
Hindi ka na. I wish that would have went in. What a way. But still, an incredible first half that we have witnessed. 26 for the Quezon Junior Huskers to the 19 of Bauan 14U. See you guys for the halftime break.
To our final game at kasama ko nga ngayon ang head coach ng Bauan 14U, Coach Lance Inco. On the other side naman, assistant coach Reynan Zamora of Quezon Junior Huskers. Dito muna tayo kay Coach Lance. Coach Lance, ano po yung missing in the first half na hopefully pagdating pa lang ng third quarter, makita na yon sa team ninyo?
Yung ano namin, yung parang natitense kasi na naman yung mga bata. So, kailangan maging relax lang sila. Kasi na-feed naman na namin yung mga kailangan gawin. So, yung execution, yun yung kailangan namin ngayong second half. Execution lang.
Coach, meron po ba kayong gustong batiin or pasalamatan?
Kamusta pala doon sa mga parents ko at saka doon sa family ko, sa Bauan, saka yung mga sponsors namin, pwedeng may kodigo. Sa JY, Bodega Avenue, Kronos, Johans, Alps Seashore, saka ICID.
Thank you so much, Coach Lance. Dito naman tayo kay Assistant Coach Reynan Zamora. Coach, kung i-rate nyo yung naging performance ng team ninyo, ilan po yun at bakit?
Siguro ano lang, mga 7. Bakit? Kasi marami pa kaming turnover na nagawa tsaka yung free throw hindi may shot.
Thank you so much, Coach Reynan. Baka meron din po kayong gustong pasalamatan or batian.
Salamat po kay Go Belentan, kay Attorney Mike Tan, kay Don Capuno. Shoutout po sa buong Quezon, lalo na po sa Calawag, sa Re Majesty, kay Mayora Rosalina Bisordia at Sangguniang Bayan. Salamat po.
Once again, thank you so much, Coach Reynan Zamora and Coach Lance Inco. Huwag kayong aalis dahil magbabalik pa ang Junior MPBL Under 14.
Athletes, I want you to know that this
All right, back here from Manny Pacquiao's Atlantis 88 Junior MPBL. Take some of the highlights that we have seen here in the first half.
And dito, nakita mo naman talaga, obviously, yung hustle ng Quezon is really what started it off. Eventually, that shot from the three outside. But prior to that, yung contribution ni Tyler Reyes, who's been the one that sparked everything for Bauan, and you started things going. Though they're down right now by 6, they are definitely still within striking distance against their counterpart from Quezon Junior Huskers.
Now, Coach, before we begin here, before both teams take the floor, what did Quezon do well here? They're up 25-19. Not the biggest of margins, but they must be doing something right. What might that be?
Well, it really boiled down to rebounds. They're 24-17, a +7 on the rebound side. They also defended well. They were +7 on steals. Turnovers, mas maraming turnovers ang nakomit itong Bauan, and yung mga turnovers that they forced really resulted into 9 fast break points. Ang maganda naman dito sa Bauan, and they're getting a lot of lift from the bench, especially with Tyler coming in, and yung 14 na bench points ng Bauan is really something that they can build on, that they can pull someone from the bench and contribute to this game.
Definitely. Yun yung ating mga key pointers, something that we noticed in the first half. And something that I've noticed here, of course, si Commissioner Itikazo, very millennial yung suit. Kita mo yung sapatos, I don't know anong klase, but it's
I was actually going to tell him, your shoe, sana all.
Ano bang sapatos yan? Are you
It's Nike. I don't know what particular model that is. And you know what's good about Com Keith is that he's very hands-on. Him having played basketball back in the days, played varsity ball for San Beda Alabang alongside some of the other players.
So I'm sure he's familiar with Coach Chico Tan, James.
Yeah,
Diba sila, they're the San Beda Alabang boys.
Yeah. And so, yung mga basketball players yung mga yan eh. And so, he also got to compete in different areas. And so, the other coaches and the other teams as well would have familiarity with Coach Keith. With the Commissioner Keith, rather.
Yeah. Parang may konting premonition doon na Coach Keith, pwede.
Pwede, no? Gandang pakinggan, no? Coach Keith.
Coach K?
CKP.
Or Coach K?
Keith Picasso. Coach K.
Coach K ng Pinas?
Pwede.
Coach KP?
Pwede.
Pwede. All the monikers that we can think.
Yeah.
Karurukan to inbound. We are now starting the third quarter for the 14 and under division of Bauan 14U against Quezon Junior Huskers. A 3-point attempt. Look at that high looper 3. Balik sa bola ng Bauan.
Pero believe ka sa mga bata at this age, they can actually shoot it from 3. Back in the days, it's not that easy. Hirap eh.
A drive there for Bauan, and parang nagising sila dito.
But both players actually did the right thing. Defense just stood up, straight up. Hindi binaba ang kamay. Played that cylinder game, stayed in there. And Maranan just did that.
Padillo calling the shots right now. Directing his teammates where to go. Ganda ng ikot ng bola dito. Tumarasigan was cutting in the paint, but well read by the guys in black. Bauan to the left side, the drive. Too strong but recovered. Almost getting a block there, but over the outstretched arms. This is Chris James Dalaten with that high looper.
So the son of Captain Dalaten scores over Maranan. I'm telling you, see Maranan already got twice scored on. We'll see that here. This is the first one he got scored on, but look at this defense. Hand up, just waiting for that shot to go in there. Second time around, it's the same thing. He really just had his hand up. And so, very basic basketball. No?
He was right there, Coach. No? He's been there when nothing easy pagdating dito sa mga attempted baskets ng KFU. No?
Ang importante kasi dun is you're able to challenge that shot. No? If you can time it well, if you have good enough lift and to attempt to block it, then why not? Go for it. But otherwise, you can just put your hand up and be a challenge.
Another steal here. Back to 4-point lead para sa ating Quezon Junior Huskers.
Hindi madali yung ginawa ni Marasigan na yun against two defenders.
Marasigan, all day to shoot, the license to shoot anytime. Recovered by the white shirts. They get one more try from 3 this time. Hits front rim, rebounded by Cafe Uno. Gotta like the action that we're seeing here right now. Almost a turnover, gives it to the left side. The drive, well contested by the junior Huskers.
Ooh.
Oh, I think a blocking foul called on. That is number 4, si Joaquin Angeles.
And that was a huge wall. Ang laki na.
Parang pader eh.
Parang pader eh.
You can see here one more time. Hindi ata gumalaw si
Hindi
Reyes.
gumalaw. That's literally standing your ground.
That's literally that's a wall set up by Angeles. Play goes on. Ew, that's
Good
a block. Bauan Cafe getting the stops they need. They are down by 4. The drive, everything but the finish.
They had their chance, and so now you gotta go back and get another stop and have another attempt. You have to end your defense always with a defensive rebound, and every shot needs to be challenged.
And you can see that one. Si Angeles na was the cause to disrupt yung flow na gusto ng Quezon Junior Huskers. A block by Marasigan, I believe so, Coach, right?
Yeah. And that delay came from he tried Pinoy step going
Pinoy
left.
step pa nga. A lot of highlights ang binigay sa kalaban. A drive for Bauan. No good. That is number 23 to the line. Chris James, the Latin.
The Latin's been very active on both ends of the floor and looking for those open lanes. But credit the defense also of the junior Huskers keeping in step. You're seeing Coach Henry Montemayor of the Cafe Uno basketball program.
Free throw is good. Para kay the Latin, back to a 3-point lead, 1 possession game. They have a chance to cut this down to 2.
Yep.
2 for 2 at the line, 27 for Quezon, 25 for Bauan. They are knocking on the doors early here. Well, actually, in the middle of the third quarter, 5 minutes, 58 remaining. To the half court. Balikan, binalik kay Marasigan. The pass to Placido.
Sayang.
Yeah, sayang nga lang. Short. Tawagan ata na, I think, are they stepping out of bounds? Was it? Not
I
sure.
think that's a foul.
Oh, yeah. A foul on Bauan. Okay.
Yeah.
I think si the Latin with that elbow.
Yeah.
I think he was trying just to create space. Tamaan lang. The floater, ang ganda sana nun. If that went in. Rebounded, but Amante just getting that ball, snatching the ball like a candy from a baby.
Yeah, and you have to stay active kahit na na-rebound na. Try to deflect it. And thankfully for him, he got possession and produced points out of it.
And you can see here that Bauan opting to do their fast breaks, but sometimes you gotta slow it down.
Yep.
See the rotation of the ball, finding the left corner shooter,
Good
Amante,
play.
all
Good
day.
play.
Ang ganda nun, Coach. Nakita mo yung backcut with the screen?
Yeah, good play. Coaches would call that a corner exit. When you
Corner
have a
exit.
guy coming from underneath and given a screen by on that post area, and he goes to that corner. That's an exit screen.
Ganda, the play that Quezon just ran, and a steal by Ken Marasigan. Will this be another stop? But a foul this time, natawagan ng Quezon Junior Huskers. But only the 13th foul for Quezon.
Ang gandang tingnan sa mga bata na kapag-execute nito. Look at that. 2 black shirts closing out on him.
Pero too late eh. Kasi
Too
ang ganda
late,
ng the way that Amante came to that spot.
That space was actually all for him to claim. It's just a matter of him making the shot, and you close that out doing so.
Ooh. You have to get that para na lang backward violation kasi kung hinayaan mo yun and then Amante was able to get to it, easy layup.
And boy, we've seen quality games today.
Definitely, coach. Doesn't matter anong age.
Yep.
Karurukan.
Yeah, look at Placino already at this age wearing a mask.
Ano ba? Sino bang nakamask? Si LeBron James na naalala ko na nagmamask dati Miami Heat Bron with the carbon fiber mask. Kobe also. I think during that stretch, Kobe scored 40 plus points when he was wearing the mask. Nag-iiba yung persona ng mga players pag may suot na mask. I don't know why.
Ngayon may mask pa rin pero medyo mababa na. But it's still on the face.
Sa face pa rin. Medyo mababa na.
Hindi na sa mata, dito na sa bibig.
Pati outside the basketball court, suot-suot.
Right.
Foul there on Quezon. One more and that means free throws para dito sa Bauan. Cafe Uno. Timeout on the floor as they need to talk things over here.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Nais kong pasalamatan ang ating Panginoon sa binigay niyang lakas ng pangatawan natin at itong biyaya, pagkakataon na makapaglaro tayo ng basketball. Maraming salamat sa ating commissioner.
Slowly but surely na rhythm yung hinahanap nga ni head coach Paul John Reyes sa Junior Huskers. He said that they just have to pass the ball or take the open shot. On the other side of the court naman, para sa Cafe Uno, awareness and reaction ang hinahanap ni Coach Lance Inco. Don't doubt your shots. Get outside of your boxes. Play like your age and just enjoy the game. Back to you, Nico and Coach Mike.
Thank you for that, Daphne. And that's something that some kids forget to remember. Just enjoying the game and just playing within the flow of what the game presents to you.
Right. Sometimes mga reminders ang kailangan ibigay din sa mga bata. You get too caught up in the game, you forget these little things.
Yeah, you get caught up with the X's and the O's.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
But sometimes if you just play for fun, sometimes that's dun ka pa talaga nakakagawa ng good impact para sa inyong koponan. So parang gulo ng possession para sa Bauan, not able to get any sort of a good possession.
Right.
Amante, hounded by Bauan, able to split the defense. Villanueva with a nice, that's Villamea, I'm sorry, that's not Villanueva, it's Jabez Villamea. Rebound by Reyes and he gets fouled, and that means free throws para sa Bauan because Quezon is already in the penalty. $36-25.
Yeah, pero patuloy pa rin ang pag-shuffle ng mga tao dito. You see the coaches still talking to their players, you know. And yun naman na importante, lalo na at this level, to be able to continue to coach them. As you see there, the Quezon Junior Huskers getting coached still. Despite them being up, lamang ka ng 11, pero gina-guide ka pa rin ng mga coaches mo. And that's why you have to admire these coaches at this level also. Actually, ang pinakamahirap i-coach is this level.
Really? How so, Coach?
Because,
I wanna know.
Yung attention span ng mga bata and, them having discipline to follow what you want to teach them. And at coaches at this level, most often nagiging father image ka. No? And so, these kids look up to you and you're like their second dad.
So talaga, Coach, itong age group na to 40, I would assume pa nga na college players yung pinakamahirap i-coach, yung mga 18 to 22.
No, I think that's the easier part. Kasi ito mga very formative to eh. I'm not saying that it's easy to coach at that level, but compared to the lower, medyo mas malaking responsibility mo kasi formative ito sa mga bata.
Really?
You have to be very careful on what you say. They immediately pick it up. Diba? Sabi nga ni Coach John Wooden, di ba, in one of his poems, he said, "A careful man I must be, for a little fellow follows me." So you have to be that very careful in how you conduct yourselves in front of these very young kids.
Yeah, sometimes, and I would talk to some of my friends before who used to play in this level, yung mga competitive na at least for their schools, they mention that walan sila ng gana to play, they don't like their coach, and sometimes it goes back to what you said. Maybe may nasabi during practice or during a game, it hit them in the heart.
Yeah. And minsan dyan namamatay yung yung dream ng bata, yung aspiration. If you say something that's not really good, it sticks with them. And hanggang lumaki yun, parang bit-bit na nila. So you have to be very mindful of what you share and how you teach these kids.
And that's the difficulty with coaching, no? It's how do you get this message across? But before that, Reyes with a shot. He's still the leading scorer para sa Bauan with 8 points and 3 rebounds for Tyler. Only down by 11. It's a coaching talaga to be good with kids. 3-point jump shot. Another boarding. That is by number 12 para sa Quezon. That is Mark Reniel Placino with a 14-point lead now for the Junior Huskers.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat po sa Panginoon sa magandang araw na ito. Nais kong pasalamatan ang ating Panginoon sa binigay niyang lakas ng pangatawan natin at itong biyaya, pagkakataon niya
Back here for Atlantis 88 Manny Pacquiao Jr. MPBL. But so far, Quezon up by 14 with the barrage of threes that they have hit against Bauan. 3 3-pointers to none ng Cafe Uno. Blocking foul is called, which means that Bauan will head to the line for 2.
And I don't think Bauan kasi has that shooter in them. And they're really more inside penetrations and dribble drive point of attack, as opposed to kicking it on the outside and having somebody shoot it. Ang ano lang dito sa Quezon Junior Huskers is that, they're free from that area and they have really shooters that can hoist it up from outside.
42-28, Bauan. Something going for them are the free throws. They have shot 11 for 18 at the line compared to just 4 of 7 for Quezon. But still a lot of ground to cover. But that is the point of the fourth quarter. They have 10 minutes to catch up against the Junior Huskers, who are rolling so far. But a steal there by Bauan. The drive, the steal from the steal. 10 points silang lamang dito ng Junior Huskers. Another steal para sa Cafe Uno. The block, rebound, no good. And nag-agawan sila dun sa bola, and that should be the end of the third quarter. 42 for the Quezon Junior Huskers, 32 for Bauan Cafe Uno. Kita-kita tayo sa fourth quarter.
at mga bisita na nandito ngayon. Magandang araw.
Check here the 3-point attempt a while ago. Swish. Para kay... This is Mark Reniel Blasino, who had only last time 5 minutes with a point at 1.5 rebounds, but now with 8 points and 3 rebounds, playing quality minutes, performing well for his coaches.
And Tyler hasn't gone back, has he?
Yes. Oh, there you
he's
are.
back now.
He's there. He's
Right.
there. Yeah. Villaruz to inbound. Bauan Cafe Uno down by 10 against the Quezon Junior Huskers, but back to single digits after that drive. And slowly Bauan
Yeah.
able to catch up.
And this last 2 to 3 minutes have been really crucial para dito sa Bauan. They're starting to wake up, showing a little more aggression. Lalo na on the defensive end. Now, how much more can they sustain consecutive stops here? That's the question. And how much of that can they convert into points?
That is Zaqueo Dalata a while ago with a runner of a shot para sa ating Cafe Uno. The drive, the dish. Marasiga, no one there to contest that shot. You can't leave him open, Coach Mike.
Right, definitely.
9 minutes and 32 remaining. Look at that full court pressure para sa Quezon, and that's been something they've been doing for the second half. They've been trending on the penalty when it comes to fouls.
Yeah, and ironically, Nico, is that itong Bauan is primarily, mostly, Lazal Sobel players. And so you'd like to think that they would know how to break presses because
Yeah,
Lazal is known for
actually.
press. And now that's the thing that's being done to them. Which is, kudos to the coaching staff of Quezon.
For making it hard and
Yeah.
complicating that usual press that we see.
Yeah, kasi sometimes, the way that you beat your opponent is to apply to them exactly what they do. And which is right now they're pressing.
Oh, that's crazy. That should go back sa Quezon Junior Huskers. That's like wild scramble for the boys. Started almost in the free throw lines. Pagalaw ng pagalaw yung bola. Going out of bounds. 9 minutes and 5 here. Padillo. One more chance para dito sa Junior Huskers. Yeah, 4 seconds to shoot. Ayan na coach yung ating pader para sa Bauan. That is si Joaquin Angeles. It's the front rim. Hindi pa rin makuha ng Bauan yung rebound. Amante. Sizing up his defender. Pulls up for the 3. Harapan! With a hand on his face.
Literally, he sized him up.
Literally
Tinignan
sized
pa
him up.
eh.
Tinignan muna bago mag-tres.
Kaya.
Pakawalan ko na to.
Wala ko na, baka ma-block pa ako
Oo.
habang malayo siya. See this shot again. Completely sizing him up. And how about that height on that attempt?
That is Kenji Amante. Averaging 4.5 points, 6 rebounds a game. Now with 8 and 2.
Yeah.
Basa ni Marasigan yung pass doon. And that's been a constant thing that we've been noticing about Bauan. They have given up 27, well, actually make that 28 turnovers after that.
Yeah.
Tapos 20 steals para sa Quezon. Another 3, Amante hits the back iron. No good after that attempt.
That's the exact same play that they ran earlier.
Yung
corner
screen,
exit
diba?
screen.
Yung corner
Yung
exit.
exit,
Sinabi
yeah.
mo, coach. I think may foul. Tinulak ata ni Amante. Palabas itong si number 28 ng Bauan, si Dalaten.
Yep. And so what Quezon is actually doing is that they're pressuring their receivers and making that guy flashing in the middle to receive that ball. Normally that's the big man. So they don't pressure that big man. They let that big man bring the ball up court. What do you gain out of it? You gain a slower paced attack. Kasi kung guardia kumuha nun, mas mabilis yung baba.
13-point lead para sa Junior Huskers. And they have committed yet another foul. 4 team fouls na. And at this point of the game, coach, you don't want to keep fouling. Imagine if Bauan gets into penalty with 6 minutes remaining, they can keep driving and try to get those free throws. The back down and
The steal.
ano ba yun? Nahawakan ata ng Bauan. Foul on number 78 or 28? I think number 28.
47-34 to 13.
7 minutes and 50 remaining dito sa loob ng Perpetual Gym. Yeah, kita Latin nga. Then there is a warning on the side for Bauan. Quezon Junior Huskers to inbound this basketball. Alright, they have the numbers. The drive. Aggressive one. The scramble for the ball. Another one. This time, Ken Harry Marasigan once again. 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists.
He's been the X factor really para dito sa Junior Huskers sa 14 and under. Ay kanina yung sa 18 under, yung Marasigan rin na naging factor dun sa game na yun. Kaya lang, you know, they lost that game.
Sa Marasigan blood talaga is to score and make an impact sa laro. 49-36 and 1. And that is a power move brought to you by Pound for Pound Fitness after we saw that one. Official fitness partner ng Junior MPBL.
Kita mo kung talagang kiskisan sa loob para mga hindi 14 and under.
Para mga mama na mga pagkiskisan.
Mama na talaga eh.
And coach, I just want to ask, like when at this age ba dapat marunong ka na mag-finish with your left? Is this the time na you're expected to finish with your left when you're on the fast break maybe, and that's the lane given to you?
Well, it's important that they learn it. Doesn't mean that they have to be able to execute it kasi everybody's got different levels of I guess yung to execute it. And so some kids would learn it quickly, some would take time. But it doesn't mean that those who learn it quick are the ones who are better eventually in the future, because some kids are late developers, but they eventually, you know, get to that point of being basketball really good players.
Nice insight there, coach. And don't look now, 49-41. Single digits na lang namang dito ng Junior Huskers. Zalatin with the steal, the feed, the fake.
Oh, wow.
Kinapos nga lang talaga. And Bauan had to take that foul, but sayang.
Yeah. They tried to go for the highlight. It could have been easier play. But again, ito mga bagay na ito matututunan ng mga bata. And the more that you commit mistakes, the more that it sticks to you and you learn from it. Yun naman ang importante dun.
Agreed there, coach. And something that they could remember for the next time. 6 minutes and 40, only a 10-point lead. It is possible to catch up from here.
No, that's a step.
As an outside, yung paaba, coach.
Yeah, lumabas. Ang ginagawa ng Quezon is actually they're using that weave up top as a misdirection. And eventually that still ends up with the corner exit screen.
Si Amante talaga yung laging taga-salo. I think it's designed for him as one of their designated shooters.
Yeah. Mga special plays yun. There are parang quick hitters or go-to plays that the coaches have in their bag, so that yung mga normal plays mo hindi ka maka-execute. Mag-quick hitters tayo, ito gawin natin para lang makabasket na tayo. That's one of them, I guess, for Quezon.
I see a lot of that kay JJ Redick when he was being used with Philadelphia. Ganun usually yung play sa kanya, may left corner exit nga. And because I see most of his shots, I think in the latter end of his career, more of ano na talaga eh, ganun eh.
Tsaka maganda si kay JJ and you know, even who's that other guy? Kyle Korver.
Kyle Korver din.
They're able to finish threes on the move.
And that's something that you should learn, right? Like yung coming off the screen and be able to pull up immediately.
Right.
6 minutes, 21 seconds here to the line. Number 11 for Bauan Cafe Uno. 14 under is Lorenzo Puruganan. Puruganan taking his time. No need to rush at the free throw line. Makes the first 49-40. Puruganan receives the ball and parang natamaan siya dun ni Placino. 2 for 2 para kay Puruganan, increasing their total to 15 for 22. better than the average. 8-point lead for Quezon. And kanina pa to si Placino. I think that's his third three-pointer, Coach Mike. It's the mask. And not to discredit his talent, maybe it's the mask and his talent to shoot those kind of bombs. Steal there. The sidestep. No good. Rebounded and fouled by the Junior Huskers. See here, yung tres ni Mark Placino. Breakout game niya in a way, kasi 1 point lang siya last time dito. 11 points and 4 rebounds in 10 minutes of action. Talk about doing your role. Here we have Joaquin Angeles. It's a bit quiet. No good on the first shot with 2 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists to his name. Angeles, one of the reliable big men para dito sa Cafe Uno, setting the right screen, just being there to garner some rebounds whenever Cafe Uno needs some more baskets. Tumatakbo dito. I think nahawakan and an and one, which is a power move brought to you by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL.
We'll get to see that again. Buesa on that drive, able to clip it and go glass. Sometimes the bank is open on Sundays. So.
Sometimes. I think up to 12 p.m.
Up to 12 p.m.
I know because I've tried. There's something I need to do at the bank. Sabi ko, patay Sunday ngayon. But I realized that banks are open on Sunday sa mga mall.
Sa mga malls, yeah.
I wonder why, no? Bakit sa labas hindi siya bukas, but sa malls bukas? Maybe because of the extra layer of security. Not sure.
I think I feel that's more of a, I don't know. Maybe it's a business requirement by the mall.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. You have to be open at least half of the day if you're a bank.
Mga business requirement ng mall. Okay. At least alam ko na. Wild runner rebounded there by number is Villaruz. Another 2 free throws para sa ating Bauan Cafe Uno.
Tyler hasn't been inserted back in after he went out
Sitting down, yeah.
earlier. 55-41. 14. 5 minutes. Medyo mahaba-habang akyat ito, Nico.
Oh, medyo mahaba-haba but not impossible, Coach, considering that actually, Bauan, if you take a look here, Coach, I would assume they already attempted some threes. Oh, they haven't attempted a three-point shot compared to the 15 ng Quezon Huskers.
That's just not a part of their rotation. I mean, going for threes is not in their offensive sets.
Ito na nga sinabi mo na when a three-point shooting team meets a team that loves to live inside the paint. So dito na nagsiseparate, right?
Yeah.
Especially na when you need some baskets, but it's really not part of your DNA. Mahuhuli ka talaga kung mga kalaban mo can shoot the long ball and be able to retrieve those misses. Number 10.
And itong pressure talaga.
Buesa.
Full court press na nagpapahirap dito sa Bauan because they really can't execute anything. They're leaving it up to the one-on-one situations as you see this one right here in a bind.
Villaruz to the paint. Angeles. 4 points and 4 rebounds now.
Kasi dito na-factor in mo rin yung decision-making ng mga bata. How they read situations and understanding what the next option would be. I mean, kung ganitong laro ang ibibigay mo sa mga men's basketball, medyo alam na nilang not to be rattled on a full-court man-to-man. Right there, good move inside.
But first, a timeout on the floor.
Nais kong pasalamatan ang ating Panginoon sa binigay niyang lakas ng pangatawan natin at itong biyaya, pagkakataon na makapaglaro tayo ng basketball. Maraming salamat.
Back here for the Atlantis 88 Manny Pacquiao Jr. MPBL. 57-45 is their score right now for the last game of the 6-game slate here inside the Perpetual Gym in Las Piñas. Now at the line on your screens, that is Janre Josh Sorongon. And Sorongon scoring his first point after averaging 6 points and 4 rebounds last time.
They're going to need everyone to start scoring here if they want to make a run in the final 425.
57-47. Sorongon short on that shot but recovered by Villaruz. Villaruz, the step through.
Good.
There you go, yan.
9-point game.
Hindi na tayo mag-press dito ng Bauan and balik sa bola ng Black Shirts. 57-48, 9-point lead. And they will inbound this ball para sa Cafe Uno. Cafe Uno, the next foul they make, penalty na sila.
Oh.
Steal rin agad. Sayang yung opportunity to come back. Time is dwindling down and is not their friend. Karurukan, the aggressive drive, and that's 2 free throws for Karurukan.
Yeah. That play was actually intended for an entry pass to Angeles. Everyone else was just misdirection. But the thing that you have to ask now is that if Angeles catches that ball on the low block, does he have that post move to be able to create and take on the defender one-on-one? Because otherwise, you know, there might be other options much better for Bauan. And so we haven't seen Angeles do a post move, diba?
Yeah, we haven't seen much do a post move. Or mga putbacks pa lang yung mga tira ni Angeles for Cafe Uno.
And most of the players really at this age would really be parang face up, no? Instead of poste back to the basket, yeah.
Villaruz, nagbababa ng bola. A wiry forward para dito sa Cafe Uno. Angeles, backing down. Sorongon, airball and rebound. Okay, bumalik sa kamay ng Bauan. A scramble for the ball. It's madness right now here in Perpetual Gym. They have the numbers and the layup. That is Ken Harry Marasigan. And that should go back sa Junior Huskers.
Keeping control and staying in it. That's the first thing. They had the ball. They had the possession. Could have been, held it and gave it back to the wings. But medyo nararatal ng konti itong Bauan on that, especially yung sa full court pressure, Nico, kita mo naman kanina, very evident.
Definitely, Coach Mike, kitang-kita nga natin that they're getting rattled there. Marasigan with a runner. Rebounded by their big, no good. But Marasigan, I mean, one of the smallest guys on the court, but getting those boards.
Hindi acceptable that Bauan doesn't get the defensive board. I mean, how many attempts have we seen? I think that's the third or the fourth time we've seen. It means at least 3 to 4 times an offensive rebound was gained by Quezon.
60-48, tawagan pa ng foul dito ang Bauan, which means free throws now para kay Reyes. And Tyler Reyes actually now checking in, needing him for the size. Kasi nakita ni Coach na hindi nila makuha yung rebounds.
Correct. Quick recognition there that they're not getting the boards, and so you have to put in the biggest guy on the floor. For both teams, actually.
Actually, for both teams, tama ka nga dyan, Coach. 60-48, 3 minutes remaining. The light almost at the end of the tunnel. Nakikita na ng Junior Huskers yun.
They're up 12 with 3 minutes. Just a matter of finishing this correctly. Not unless Bauan has other plans.
Could be. I mean, 3 minutes to go. Ang dami pa yan. Dami pang oras. And considering that the 3-point shot is present. But that's not their game. And Tyler with an end one power move brought to you by Pound for Pound Fitness. official fitness partner ng Junior MPBL. And let's take a look at that one more time. Kakapasok na lang and immediately making an impact for the Black Shirts.
Time after time, that's been the point of attack. One of the coaches that I know, Coach Dayong Mendoza, always says, irregardless of what you say, the game still has to be scored on a 10-foot goal. And so having tall players is still going to be an advantage.
Definitely.
Exactly what Tyler did right there.
And Tyler, a while ago, showed us that he can shoot the mid-range jump shot. So if he makes that consistently, ay, nabitawan yung bola. Ito, that was...
Oh, that's a travel right there.
That's a call for traveling. Sayang yun, Coach
Yeah.
Mike.
Kung pumasok yun, 3-point, down 7,
Down
just
7.
2 to 3 possession game with 2:38, changes the complexion completely of this game.
Wasted opportunity doon para sa Bauan, but no problem. They can try to steal the ball yet again, but the Junior Huskers able to cross the half-court line. The feed. Try to kicking it out. That is Karurungan. Not the presence of mind of Karurungan to say, wait, we don't need to rush.
Yeah.
We have this lead. Padillo takes his chance. Tamaan doon. Getting
Good.
the ball. Itong Bauan. Here comes Cafe Uno. The feed to Tyler. But, not able to calculate. And the fast break for Ken Harry Marasigan.
Well, I guess obviously the turnovers forced by Quezon really hurting Cafe Uno.
And now in the last 2 minutes, natawagan doon ng foul si Ken Marasigan. Marasigan with 3 personal fouls now. But let's not forget that he has 33 minutes. He has 21.6 rebounds, 3 assists, almost matching what he did in the previous 2 games.
And so now, if the trend continues, this could be a win for Quezon. And so they get back on the winning track, and Bauan slides to 2 losses in a row.
John Ray, Josh Sorongo, 2 for 2 at the line, cuts the lead back to 9. A minute and 50 remaining dito sa loob ng Perpetual Gym. Amante calling the shots, binigay sa right side. Top of the key, Padillo. Denied entry, had to kick it back out. 4 seconds to shoot. Marasigan will take his chance from 3. No good, and Sorongon gets the board. Bauan, crucial times here. The foul, and 2 free throws for them.
Sigurado ang coaches ng Quezon would be telling their players, hindi pa tapos ito, so don't be complacent. Don't settle for wasting away the shot clock. You still gotta be aggressive and attack the rack.
Yeah, for sure. And itong age group na to, you learn when to attack, you to wasting your time. It's a mix and match. It's like a chemistry when you do that. You gotta commend Bauan for the good free throw percentage. We mentioned a while ago, coach, na yung average is yung nga nasa 45 to 55. They are at 22 for 32. 22 for 33 rather. Good for 65%. 8-point lead.
Well, this wasn't the complexion that we were thinking, especially when Tyler started hitting those, crucial plays at the first quarter.
That was a wild pass. I don't know why he did that. Villaruz squeaking through the defense, going through 2 defenders.
Right.
The Junior Huskers. And a foul. I think that's a foul. They are already fouling since can't afford to waste time. They're gonna try to gamble and see if the shots for Quezon will not go in, considering they're only making 50% of their shots on the line.
Yeah, and there's Coach Lance Inco, and he's got his wards there, and they're still trying to look for their first their win after a loss the first time and an impending one at this point.
Marasigan makes the first shot, 63 to 54.
I want to make a quick shout out to our best friend, Edward Pacificar. He celebrated his birthday last July 12. Happy birthday, Edward.
Happy birthday to Edward. 10-point lead. And the foul na naman dito ang Quezon. I don't know why they're doing that. A bit,
Yeah. Again, this is formative basketball, and so these kids will learn na, ay, sayang, di pala ako dapat nag-foul at that situation. And the coaches, I know, will be talking about that later on after the game.
And that's why Bauan is still not out. It's the free throws keeping them alive.
And what's surprising, really, you brought up that point earlier. 0 attempts from 3. It's
0 attempts, none at all.
None at all,
Hindi
right?
man na siya
Yeah.
0 for 5, 0
Yeah.
for 8, 0 for 10. It's not 0 for 0.
Yeah. Parang they're like the first team I've known who hasn't shot a single attempt from 3. At least from all the games that I've covered.
I'm trying to remember as well if meron, but wala. I mean, the teams I've covered shot 3-point attempts at least.
At least once.
But there are a few na who didn't make their shots,
Right,
pero at least once meron.
Didn't make an attempt, right?
Anyway, we proceed with our game with 2 free throws at the line para kay Raylan Roche Panaligan.
Speaking of attempts, I'm gonna attempt to watch Mission Impossible.
Actually, yes, I would like to watch Mission Impossible as well.
They say it's good.
Sabi ng friends ko that watch, they said that it was good. So, I'll try to convince my wife later if game
Okay.
siya. Sana
Okay.
nasa good mood.
So you guys are newlyweds.
Yes, newlyweds. Nung May
Sarap
lang.
niyan, no?
Oo. So, it's a matter of ano lang talaga. Like, actually, alam na namin tendencies ng one another.
Yeah. Familiarity.
Familiarity. I mean, we've been together for 7 years. So,
Yeah.
kita naman yung chemistry namin. As well, for these guys, no? Pag the time, you gotta appreciate the times na magkakasama lagi kayo. Like, the trials and tribulations that you're facing right now is something you can take with you as years go by. Mas titibay pa ang inyong bonding, and which will make you guys a better team overall in the future, providing that you keep working and that just mastering your craft.
Yeah. And similarly, yung mga batang ito also will need to stay with the program, no? And para ma-develop nga nila and yung maturation of how they play the game.
And coach, I don't think they're out of the woods right now. 65-58, and if Sorongan makes this free throw, it's just gonna be a 6-point game. Reyes, no good. Another one para sa Bauan. Isa pa, Reyes.
Oh, wow.
Kanino yun? That's a foul.
They had their chances.
They had their chances to cut it to 5. Now, if you're, ayun na, medyo na-rush rin ni Tyler yung tira doon. Or he could have gotten the bump, create some space, and then try to lean to get that shot. But he's growing into his body.
Yeah. At saka, matututunan niya yan na pag ganyan kakalaki, hayaan mo silang umabot sa'yo. Don't worry about them reaching you. Lalo na kung mataas yung tira mo. And I'm sure his dad, JR, is gonna be in there talking to him and teaching them all the intricacies of the game.
That's having a parent as a former pro. 4 seconds, no need to foul here if you're Quezon. You just want to give them this shot.
And that's the only 3-point attempt that they did, and that was the last possession.
And a convincing win, I must say, for the Quezon Junior Huskers. They were able to keep up with the punches that Bauan 14U is throwing. Final here for the 14 and under division, 65-58. Now we wait for the move of the game. That's gonna show up in a little bit. Usually, napapansin ko dito sa ating move of the game, usually sa player of the game yung ano na yun, no?
Yeah.
So, just waiting here with the Quezon Junior Huskers with a 7-point lead against the Bauan 14U. And something na napansin ko lang dito na even though na nagka 15-point lead itong Quezon Junior Huskers, hindi pa rin nagpapatalo itong 14U. Some teams really get deflated when they see the lead balloon, and then sometimes they stop trying or they settle for rush shots.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pride in a 14U basketball program, let alone, most of these players coming from either Perpetual or De La Salle Sobel. And, it's just natural for them to completely fight it out until the final buzzer.
Again, tingnan natin yung Atlantis 88 move of the game. There you go. And that should be kay... Oh, okay. For... At least in the opposing team a while ago. That is number 28 kanina si... Para sa Cafe Uno. Beautiful drive by
Dulan?
Sakeo
Dalaten. Yeah, Dalaten, right.
Again, let's now turn over this game to Daphne Cristobal for the Atlantis 88 Player of the Game.
Kasama ko ngayon ang ating Atlantis 88 Best Player of the Game, Ken Marasigan. Ken, congratulations sa'yo, pati na rin sa team mo. Matanong ko lang, no, gaano kahalaga na meron ka lang opensa at meron ka pang depensa? Kasi nag-score ka ng 23 points, meron ka pang 7 rebounds and 8 na steals. Gaano kahalaga may opensa ka, may depensa ka pa?
Sipagan lang po, yun lang po ang sabi sa akin ng mga coaches.
Ken, meron ka bang gustong pasalamatan or batiin?
Maraming salamat po sa Family Marasigan sa pagsuporta sa akin. Kay Fortune Villaperte, Reynold Anunuevo, Banaras, tsaka sa mga BNK. Yun lang po.
Once again, congratulations, Ken, and to the rest of your team. Back to the panel.
And thank you so much for that, Daphne. And of course, si Ken Harry Marasigan is the consecutive second straight game na nag-i-init siya, you know. And just the overall contribution to the floor, the 8 steals, it sounds absurd, but if you see his effort on the defensive end, it's the same thing that he shows with the way his impact pagdating dito sa opensa niya. So again, another great game para kay Ken Harry Marasigan. Yung final score natin dito nagtatapos ang ating coverage ng laro ng Atlantis 88 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL. Sa ngalan po ni Coach Mike Perez at ang ating courtside reporter Daphne Cristobal, this has been Nico Rocha. Ito po ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino, ang Atlantis 88 Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.